This is gonna blow your mind. We've all been there. Standing in a crowded room, feeling utterly alone, surrounded by faces yet utterly disconnected. It's a paradox of modern life, the feeling of isolation amidst connectivity. We're digitally connected like never before, yet social isolation is on the rise. Why is it so hard to connect in a world seemingly designed for it? Perhaps it's the sheer volume of interactions. We're bombarded with information, faces and voices, all vying for our attention. This constant stimulation can be overwhelming, making it difficult to focus on meaningful connections. Or maybe it's the fear of vulnerability. In a world of curated online personas, letting our guard down and showing our true selves can feel risky. But here's the thing, connection is not a passive activity. It requires effort, vulnerability, and a willingness to step outside our comfort zones. It's about engaging in meaningful conversations, listening with intent, and showing genuine curiosity about others. It's about recognizing the humanity in every interaction, even those that seem fleeting. The next time you find yourself feeling lost in a crowd, remember this: you're not alone. Everyone craves connection, even if they don't always show it. Take a chance. Strike up a conversation with a stranger. You might be surprised by the connections you make and the stories you uncover. The internet has revolutionized our world, connecting us in ways we never thought possible. But this connectivity is not universal. A significant portion of the global population still lacks access to the internet, creating a digital divide that exacerbates existing inequalities. This divide is not just about access to technology, it's about access to opportunity. Without reliable internet access, individuals are disadvantaged in education, employment, healthcare, and civic participation. They're cut off from a wealth of information, resources, and opportunities that are readily available to those who are connected. This lack of access perpetuates a cycle of poverty and limits social mobility. Bridging the digital divide requires a multifaceted approach. It involves investing in infrastructure, improving affordability, and promoting digital literacy. Governments, businesses, and communities must work together to ensure that everyone has the opportunity to participate in the digital economy. This is not just a matter of social justice, it's an economic imperative. A more connected world is a more prosperous world. By closing the digital divide, we can unlock the potential of billions of people and create a more equitable and just society for all. The climate crisis is no longer a distant threat, it's a present reality. From extreme weather events to rising sea levels, the impacts of climate change are being felt around the world. The science is clear. Human activity is the primary driver of this crisis. And the consequences of inaction are dire. The scale of the problem can feel overwhelming, leading to feelings of helplessness and despair. But it's important to remember that we are not powerless in this fight. Every individual has a role to play in mitigating climate change. We can make conscious choices in our daily lives to reduce our carbon footprint. From adopting sustainable transportation methods to reducing our energy consumption, small changes can make a big difference when adopted collectively. Beyond individual actions, we must hold our leaders accountable for enacting bold policies that transition us to a clean energy economy. The climate crisis is a defining challenge of our time, but it's also an opportunity to come together as a global community and create a more sustainable and equitable future for all. The world of work is changing at an unprecedented pace. Automation, artificial intelligence, and globalization are reshaping industries and redefining job roles. This rapid transformation brings both challenges and opportunities for workers. On the one hand, automation threatens to displace workers in certain sectors. On the other hand, it creates new opportunities in fields such as software development, data analysis, and artificial intelligence. The key to navigating this evolving landscape is adaptability and a willingness to learn new skills. Lifelong learning is no longer optional. It's essential for career success in the 21st century. Workers need to be agile, adaptable, and willing to embrace new technologies and ways of working. This requires a shift in mindset from viewing careers as linear paths to seeing them as dynamic journeys of continuous learning and growth. The future of work is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Those who are adaptable, skilled, and lifelong learners will be best positioned to thrive. Mental health is just as important as physical health, yet it often carries a stigma that prevents people from seeking help. This stigma can be exacerbated by cultural norms, misconceptions, and a lack of understanding. It's time to break down the barriers and normalize conversations about mental health. We need to create safe spaces where people feel comfortable sharing their struggles without fear of judgment. This starts with educating ourselves and others about mental health conditions, challenging stereotypes, and promoting empathy and understanding. Seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Just as we wouldn't hesitate to seek medical attention for a physical ailment, we should feel equally empowered to seek support for our mental well-being. Therapists, counselors, and support groups can provide invaluable guidance and resources for those struggling with mental health challenges. Remember, you are not alone. Reaching out for help is a courageous step towards healing and living a fulfilling life. Stories have the power to connect us, inspire us, and challenge our perspectives. They help us make sense of the world around us and build empathy for others. In an increasingly polarized world, storytelling can be a powerful tool for bridging divides and fostering understanding. Personal stories in particular have the ability to break down barriers and humanize complex issues. When we share our vulnerabilities, our triumphs, and our struggles, we create connections that transcend differences in background, belief, or experience. Storytelling can also be a powerful tool for social change. By sharing stories of injustice, inequality, and resilience, we can raise awareness, inspire action, and create a more just and equitable world. Whether through books, films, music, or simply sharing our own experiences, let us harness the power of storytelling to build bridges, foster empathy, and create a more connected and compassionate world. We live in an age of information abundance. Every day we're bombarded with a constant stream of news, opinions, and data from a multitude of sources. While this access to information can be empowering, it also presents challenges. Not all information is created equal. We must be discerning consumers of information, critically evaluating sources, identifying biases, and seeking out diverse perspectives. This requires developing critical thinking skills, the ability to analyze information objectively, identify assumptions, and form well-reasoned conclusions. In a world of echo chambers and filter bubbles, it's easy to get caught up in information that confirms our existing biases. But true understanding requires seeking out different viewpoints, engaging with opposing arguments, and being open to changing our minds. Critical thinking is not about being cynical or distrustful of all information. It's about being thoughtful, discerning, and engaged consumers of information, capable of navigating the complexities of the digital age. In a world of constant change and uncertainty, it's natural to grapple with questions of meaning and purpose. What is our place in the grand scheme of things? What gives our lives meaning? These are questions that have pondered philosophers and theologians for centuries. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. The search for meaning is a deeply personal journey. For some, purpose might be found in their work, their relationships, their faith, or their contributions to society. For others, it might involve pursuing creative passions, connecting with nature, or simply seeking out experiences that bring joy and fulfillment. The key is to live intentionally, to be present in each moment, and to cultivate gratitude for the good things in our lives. It's about finding meaning in the everyday, in the small acts of kindness, the moments of connection, and the pursuit of our passions. The search for meaning is a lifelong journey, not a destination. It's about embracing the unknown, being open to new experiences, and finding joy in the journey itself. The challenges facing our world can feel overwhelming, but it's important to remember that we are not alone in this fight. We are part of a global community, and together, we have the power to create a better future. Building a better future requires empathy, compassion, and a willingness to work together. It means recognizing the interconnectedness of our world and understanding that the well-being of others is inextricably linked to our own. It also requires collective action. We need to move beyond individual actions and work together to address systemic issues such as poverty, inequality, and climate change. This means engaging in our communities, advocating for change, and holding our leaders accountable. The future is not predetermined, it's something we create through our choices and actions. Let us choose to build a future that is more just, equitable, and sustainable for all. The world is a complex and ever-changing place. We face unprecedented challenges, from climate change to social unrest to technological disruption. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to retreat into our own bubbles, and to lose sight of the bigger picture. But amidst the chaos there is also hope. There is the enduring power of human connection, the resilience of the human spirit, and the potential for positive change. We have the capacity to learn, to grow, and to build a better future together. The key is to embrace curiosity, to seek out connections, and to approach the world with a sense of wonder and possibility. Let us engage in meaningful conversations, listen with intent, and strive to understand perspectives different from our own. Let us be the change we wish to see in the world. Let us embrace the unknown with courage and hope, and together, let us create a future worthy of our children and grandchildren.